Who is Jesus? That's a popular question today. It was a popular question at the time of Jesus himself. Who is Jesus? I'm Pastor Richard Krause, Senior Pastor at Christ Lutheran Church in Pewaukee, and I'm here to bring you the Word of our God. We also have satellite churches in the town of Erin to the northwest of us and also in the city of Wauwatosa. We hope that you'll be open to joining us soon in worship. Who is Jesus? We'd like to deal with that question in a story that's taken from St. Matthew chapter 16, verses 13 to 19. Jesus is visiting at a place called Caesarea Philippi. And here is what we're going to look at in the Word. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, "Who do people say the Son of Man is?" They replied, "Some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." "But what about you?" he asked. "Who do you say I am?" Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." They came to a place called Caesarea Philippi. Today it's not much of a place. I've been blessed to be there a number of times. Hardly anything there. It's not far from the northern border of the country of Israel. It's been in the news just lately because of border problems with the Hezbollah there and foreign infiltrators coming in from the country of Lebanon. Not too far away is this place, Caesarea Philippi. It was never a Jewish city. It was rather a Roman/Greek city. It was a place that was very well known in the ancient world. And the reason it was well known, it was dedicated to Caesar, Tiberius Caesar, and also Philip the Tetrarch, who was the son of Herod, had it built. He names it after himself in Caesarea, Caesar Tiberius. And people came there because there was a cave there, and inside that cave was a well. And if you looked down into the waters of that well, you didn't see the bottom. In the Roman worlds, the gods of the Roman world supposedly lived inside the earth, down below the earth. And how did they get out from down there below the surface of the world? Well, perhaps it was in this place, it was thought. Perhaps they came out of this well, came swimming out and came into this world and had interaction with people in this world. And so people came to this spot and they looked down into the waters and they felt like here was a place where we were close to these Roman gods, especially the god Pan. It was called Panius. Today it's Bonius. It was named after Greek gods. And you could go there and buy all sorts of souvenirs that were sold there, images of these Roman gods. Now, Jesus goes with his disciples to this heathen place, and there, probably right in front of the well, he raises the question, who do people say Jesus is? Who is the Son of Man? And now we have the confession there of Peter. You are the Messiah. You are the promised one. You are the Son of God. Oh, a great confession of Peter is made in that place. In the midst of all this paganism, in the midst of all this heathen thinking, if you will, heathen philosophy, Peter makes this great confession of faith. Now, people are familiar with this passage because many people say that as Jesus responds, "You are Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church." But wait a second here. The word for Peter is Petros, which means a little pebble, a little stone. And the word for I'm going to build my church on this rock is not Peter, but rather it's Petra, which is this idea that this cliff or this massive wall of stone is what I'm going to build my church on. What is that massive wall of stone? Well, it's the confession of Peter, that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. That's the basis of the Christian church throughout all the ages, in our own and until the end of time. If one goes to St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, there's a statue of Peter. He's holding the keys. The keys, we would say, the message of forgiveness, the message of the church. And people come to St. Peter's Basilica and they look at this huge statue of Peter and they sometimes kiss his foot. You know, his foot is half kissed off. But we don't worship Peter. We worship what is the confession of Peter, Jesus Christ, who's in charge of the church and remains in charge of his church. He has the keys to the kingdom of heaven. He gives those keys to his church to forgive sins or to retain sins. We praise God today for the confession made in that place, Caesarea Philippi. There, the confession, which is the basis of the Christian church back then and also today. You are the Christ. You are the promised one. You are the Son of the living God. Praise be to Jesus Christ.